Yo, real quick, God just gave me this one because, I set Angel's cross-country video to Flex by Rich Homie Quan. And so, I really like that song. So, aside from, his passing, and that's my way of honoring him, rest in peace, Quan. But, what's up?
Hi.
I see that there's a toppy on this one. This means it's mine.
Yes.
Aww.
It's not water this time.
It's a lemon juice, lemon squeeze. Anyway, so, I set the video to Flex. And then Spirit told me they tell us what success looks like. They tell us what to visualize. Let me put this somewhere special because I can't lose my last headphone. Put that back in my ear. Anyway, they tell us what to visualize. They tell us what to aspire for. You can't tell me that every person with the flow wants to live the Rich Homie Quan identity. You can't tell me every single person who raps wants to have bitches and cars and flashing money. Every single rapper, there's not one that wants something different unless they're telling us this is what you need to visualize. You have to desire this. So all this energy is going towards that. And now that we understand the value of energy, there's something there why they're telling you all to focus on this and manifest this. But what it is happening and why I hopped on this was to tell you, you don't know how to visualize because they told you how to visualize. And then when we were reintroduced to visualization, we were told what visualization looks like. So if we are unable to visualize as they say visualization is supposed to look, we feel like we're not visualizing, but potentially we visualize different. But we don't even know what visualization looks like except for how they told us it looks. I know that made no sense, but that made perfect sense.
It makes sense. You just have to follow what you're saying. Like if you get lost in any visualization, you might be
one of the 20 visualizations. Hold on, the visualization of the visualization of the visualize. I'm so confused. Yeah, but
if you follow the flow, you'll understand.
You understand that you got to retrain yourself, and when you determine what it looks like for you, then that's your methodology. Do you understand that different groups, different families have different... Okay, so boom. I automatically went to the woo-woo, but let's bring it back to the way your grandmama cooked her macaroni is different than the way that her grandmama and her mama and her niece and her auntie and everybody cook their macaroni different, right? Because there's all a different recipe, right? So if there's that many different ways to cook some goddamn macaroni, how come there can't be that many different ways to visualize? And whichever way you identify, because all of it's smoke and mirrors, they have to give you a bit of the truth mixed in with the lies because they understand that the truth is going to poke through. So this is true, but I'm going to bury it in all these lies. And so it's for us to discern and decipher what's the truth. And your truth isn't my truth, so why are you insisting that your truth is my truth? We live two different realities. So you have to understand that when you go in to decipher for yourself, you're going to pull out something, and you're going to pull out something, and you're going to pull out something. And that something that we pulled is going to pull us a little bit further. You understand I'm having the same conversations right now that I've already had, but I'm having them a bit differently this time. A little bit more introspection because I was able to, because I gave myself an opportunity to ask a question at the surface, I've allowed myself to dig myself deeper to ask the question again, but at a deeper level. So now I'm getting some more answers. And now I know if I plug into you by posting these videos, not hiding and saying I'm having a problem, but actually putting myself out there and saying, yo, I'm having a problem. Somebody else who is either experiencing this problem, going to experience this problem, or has experienced this problem can either learn from our conversation, our public conversation, or can add to the conversation. So do you understand? If you've been through it, because I'm willing to talk to you, I have my ancestral altar set up the way that my ancestral altar is, because I, unbeknownst to me, published it, and someone was like, you're not supposed to show your altar, but since you did, these are the things that are missing. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Fix it up. So it's my willingness to, some call it expose, but my willingness to expose the underbelly and let you see the inner workings is helping me. If I can say I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to be, you can say I'm not perfect either, but I'm trying to be too. So here's what I figured out. And I'm like, boom, we just grew each other. That's friendship. That's sisterhood. Being able to gossip about the deliverance and whether or not you watched it or not, that's what you're spending your time with your friends. Those are your think pieces. If you're not actually analyzing that movie to grow yourself and to move yourself forward, it's great that you left having an amazing conversation. I mean, Satan deceived you so much to the point where you think that was quality time. Now, if you have a totality of a relationship that you could have with somebody, you do want to have a percentage where you just are vegging out. We're still diving deep. Me and my family sat around and we watched Imagine That. Why? Because we wanted to watch manifestation as a family. So we can still sit and watch these things, but what value is it adding to our lives? And if it's not adding value until you figure out how to become immortal or prolong your life, you are wasting your time. So you have to choose how you spend in your time. I think I'm a good time spender, so y'all could book me. Coaching sessions. Books are available. And the classroom setting is coming soon. I'm really about to start teaching y'all. God has been working this and growing this and figuring this out and this knowledge sharing. You're catching it, but you're not. So now I'm going to break it and drill it all the way down. So I'm rebuilding Lonnie Lifestyle. And it's going to be in a classroom setting behind membership walls. And I'm actually going to teach you. The module that I'm working on right now is an anti-bully. Let's stop these kids from making these decisions in these schools module. Curriculum, I don't know what it's called. My curriculum is going to have a book, a workbook, and then the actual curriculum. I'm going to work your ass out. You want to solve these problems at these schools? I'm going to teach you. People going to stop profiting off of your distress. That's all this world is doing, is profiting on your inability to solve a problem that you caused. For your child to be a target, there's a reason why your child's a target. There's innocence. I'm from the hood. I understand some people catch strays. But there's some of these kids who are targets. Why is your child, when they hold the picture up and they do the memorial with such a sweet blessing to the world, why was your child a target? There are jealous people walking this earth. I agree. But if you can be honest about your child's conduct, you can catch your child's conduct and pull their asses back before they become a target. This is the stuff you're overlooking because you experience the mental illness of pride. If you allow pride to stop you from seeing your child's struggles, that's a mental illness. You are so prideful that you will not catch your child before your child goes and does something crazy. You are so mentally ill that you refuse to see your child is causing somebody who could potentially come up to this motherfucker and do something crazy. You know that's what your child is doing and you choose to ignore it. That's you. They arrested that dad because he bought the gun. Arrest that dad because he didn't catch his child suffering, and he knew a year ago when the FBI knew. He knew before the FBI knew. If you pay attention to your fucking kids, you know. But you don't care. Because you're mentally ill. Because you're prideful. Pride is the devil. Come to get a hold on me. Pride is the devil.